One thing that definitely makes Ethiopia stick out though would have to be the fact that they are the only African country to successfully avoid ever being colonized by any European outside forces. The Italians tried, but then they held their ground and fought back relentlessly. Single place that embodies the entire soul of Ethiopia, but rather the country is speckled with unique sites that each tell their own distinct piece of the Ethiopian story. They have more UNESCO heritage sites than any other country in Africa. Gunfire round, just to name a few notable spots.
The Harara Hyena Town, where you can feed wild hyenas. The mysterious Tia Stela stone carvings. The Bete Gorgis of Lalibela Church, hewn out of single rock. The Chapel of the Tablet, where it's believed to hold the incredible ancient Ark of the Covenant.
Guarded by virgins who cannot leave the building.
The obelisk of Aksum from the ancient Aksum kingdom. The indigenous tribal villages of Omo Valley. And the famous castle of Gondar.
Ethiopia's land is shrouded with extremes on so many levels, and to really get a good look at it, you kind of have to understand the tectonic make. As mentioned before, the northeast corner by the border of Eritrea contains the Danakil Depression, where you find Dolol, the hottest human settlement on Earth, with average annual temperatures holding around 41 degrees Celsius. Most of this hauntingly beautiful area is uninhabitable, with some areas fuming with toxic gases coming from the boiling geothermal salt ponds.
Nonetheless, people still come here to mine for salt on a regular basis. Oh, and if you're lucky, you can witness blue lava flowing from some of the minor volcanoes in the area.
Blue lava.
Yeah,
That's,
blue.
Wow, blue. I didn't even know that existed. Close by, you can also find Erta Ale, the most active volcano in Ethiopia, with 2 lava lakes continuously shining orange, sometimes referred to as the gates of hell. Nope, I have the real one, and mine's better.
Head inland and we hit the breathtaking Simeon Mountains, where the tallest peak, Rash Desene, is found.
Here you can find Lake Tana, the largest lake in Ethiopia, and the source of the Blue Nile, which makes up a little loop-de-loop and then flows northward into the White Nile in Sudan.
Head more south and the landscape suddenly becomes dramatically more lush and green, with the highest concentration of vegetation in the country.
The west and south are home to the largest portions of agricultural plots where various grains, vegetables, and spices and herbs are grown, including, once again, teff, the national grain of Ethiopia, which is used to make the same injera bread I talked about in the Eritrea video, and this is what it looks like, and it's so good. All right, crew, come on over. All right, lunch break. We're eating right now. Lunch break. Come on. Yes, yes.
If you've never had Ethiopian food, you're missing out on life.
The land is also teeming with numerous species of animals like gazelles, antelope, kudu, cheetahs, ibex, baboons, and a hotbed for over 500 species of birds that either inhabit or migrate through the plateaus year-round. However, the national animal is the lion. It was even put on the former flag of Ethiopia when it was under the last emperor, which has a pretty interesting story behind it. Okay, let's just dispel the myth already. When you hear the word Ethiopia, everyone still kind of thinks of this.
And yes, during the conflict years there was more prevalent. However, mainstream Ethiopia is nothing like that.
No. One thing you have to understand is that Ethiopia not only has ancient history, but prehistoric history.
Yes, as in like some of the oldest specimens of modern day humans have been found in Ethiopia.
Yeah, labeling it as one of the origin regions of human emergence.
Remember Lucy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ethiopia. First of all, now Ethiopia is incredibly diverse with over 80 different ethnic groups and tribes living in the country. However, a few of them stand out and dominate the rest. About a third of the population is Oromo and about 30% are Amara. At less than 10% each are other groups like Somali, Tigrayan, Sidama, and the rest are huge conglomerations of over 70 different people groups. As mentioned in the Eritrea video, Ethiopia is unique that along with Eritrea, they have an Abesha population.
In a nutshell, Abeshas are Africans that have Semitic roots down the line to their ancestry, as they inhabited the ancient land of Kush.
As the story goes, Ethiopians claim that they are descendants of the historical King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, who gets a quick shout out in the Bible.
Long story short, she had a son from Solomon named Menelik, who became the first emperor of Ethiopia.
And they love their hair, right,
Yes,
Sammy? Ethiopians?
they do.
Yes. They have one of the most intriguing, unique designs in the world that can't be found anywhere else, and they just flash their natural follicles.
Amharic women even have a fascinating hair whipping dance that looks like this.
ደግነት እንደ እህል የሚሰፈርባት ለምለሚቱ ራያ ያገር ምድረ ገነት ያገር ምድረ ገነት ሆይላሌ ሆይላሌ ሆይላሌው መገና ያሞርዶ ደቡና ቀለቀው ጀግና ሊዋጋበት ፈሪ የምንጨነቀው ይምጣየራ እያለች
The Amharic peoples also use the only indigenous African script, the Fidel or the Fidel? Fidel, or Giz alpha syllabary. The country has ties to all three Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam.
About 63% are Christians, mostly Ethiopian Orthodox and Protestant. Muslims make up about a third, and the rest are either Jew and other indigenous faiths. Back when it was the Kingdom of Aksum, Ethiopia became one of the first nations to accept Christianity.
And as tradition holds, Jesus' disciple Matthew traveled there to share the gospel, and Philip the evangelist baptized the first Ethiopian. Memory that really sticks out would have to be the Ethiopian calendar, right?
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
unique.
weird. Yeah.
The Ethiopian calendar is about 7 years and 3 months behind the standard Gregorian calendar that most other nations follow. As of right now in 2016, the year is 2008 in Ethiopia.
Really? It's like 2008 in Ethiopia right now.
Yeah.
Weird. Very similar to the Coptic one, the calendar uses 12 months with 30 days each and a 13th epigomenal month made up of either 5 or 6 days depending on the year. New Year's Day typically lands on September 11th or the 12th depending on the year.
Throughout most of their history, Ethiopia was under kingdoms and empires, the last one ending with Emperor Haile Selassie.
However, his son Amha kind of ruled technically for like 1 year until...
Fun side note, Emperor Haile Selassie is still to this day revered by Rastafarians as their messiah, even though he was quoted for saying, "I am not God."
Sammy, I'm just curious, like, what do Ethiopians think about the whole Rastafarian thing and Haile Selassie and all that stuff? What do they think about it?
They think they're pretty cool. I mean, they love our country and they have a portion of land there, and so they provide to our economy.
Yeah, you can imagine how they felt when he actually visited the country in the 60s.
Habibi Bikila is running without track shoes. For the first time in Olympic history, the Ethiopian national anthem.
This is where we find out. And Turgut's holding him. And Gabriel Selassie kicks again, but Turgut is holding him, and Gabriel Selassie wins it. Turgut second, Bezigibu in third place. While